lot of times people have the best intentions of doing exercise as well, but when you're hypermobile, it's really difficult to do some of the exercise as well because sometimes you just feel like you can't connect to those areas of your body. So I want to take some principles that we've talked about multiple times on this channel and put them into an exercise so you can see them in action, so you can get more out of your home exercise program. Because a lot of times what we see is many physical therapists are just overburdened with the volume of patients that they're seeing. So they might not be taking the time to be able to properly explain the form or some of the cues that are unique to patients with hypermobile EDS or HSD. My name is Chris Sovey. I'm a physical therapist in the Lansing, Michigan area, and we specialize in treating patients with EDS and HSD. Okay, so I'm going to show you some principles of movement to help you get more out of your exercises and not hurt yourself and feel like you keep getting injured. One of the most common ones I see that people struggle with is the bridge exercise. So let's set up for this and let's have a couple things nearby, such as a yoga block and just a belt. You don't have to have this fancy seat belt that I have here, but I want to show you how you can get more out of your exercises, especially when we talk about starting with exercises lying down, because that's one of the most friendly positions for patients with EDS and HSD. Now, I'm going to place this block between my feet so I know that my feet are hip distance apart. It's about the perfect distance for most people. You should see your thighs parallel. This is true for all core exercises on your back lying down. Most of the time, unless there's a specific reason, we don't want our feet together and our knees together because that's not a neutral position for our hips. When we lie down, we want to make sure that our head and neck are relaxed. A lot of times I have patients start with some breathing where they just begin to tune into their body and they're breathing in and out, breathing into the belly, one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Breathe in and down to the belly and breathe out. Make sure that the head is heavy, the neck is relaxed. This is where a lot of people run into trouble, particularly if they have any upper cervical instability. So in this position, we begin to breathe in. And if you saw one of our recent videos, we talked about activating the core correctly with that idea of the ha breath. So if you take your hands and you place them right on the inside of your hip pointers, and as you breathe in through your nose, you exhale and you go ha. I know it sounds hilarious when I say that. Ha. You should feel this firming underneath your fingers, or you fog the mirror is another way to activate those deep core stabilizers. Breathe in, exhale, and again, you should feel those deep core stabilizers activate. Now, back to our exercise at hand, the bridge. When we do the bridge exercise, great way to strengthen your glutes. But what a lot of people do is they lead with their back and they arch their back, which is not what we want. Instead, we want to be able to lead with our pelvis. So to do that effectively, it's sometimes important to start with locating our pelvic neutral. If we are overarching, we're definitely going to go into our back. If we're over flattening our back by tucking your tail under, while we may get some better glute activation potentially, you're also going to be wearing down the spine quicker because that's not a neutral position. So find that halfway point where you feel a firmness of the abs as you lift and you exhale and it's not going into your back. If you still feel it in your back, take your hand on your pubic bone and just rock it back a little bit, or think of like tipping the bowl back up towards your belly button. So that way we have this connection from the ribs to the pelvis, and then everything is moving as it should. We want to think of like wrapping our butt cheeks around each other, wrapping them together, so when we lift up, we're able to lift from our glutes. And sometimes it's just too much for people, so you might just practice just that little bit of a squeeze of the butt, holding for a few seconds, and then relaxing. Again, squeezing, holding for a few seconds, and relaxing. Now, sometimes, again, it helps to be using external props. When we're using external props, we can often find that those points of stability help us to activate things in the nervous system. So, a belt, just any old belt, breathe in, exhale, think ha. Okay. Lifting the pubic bones up so that we're connected to our glutes, our hips, and our rib cage, and then come back down. Now, you can apply these types of principles, that idea of the pelvic neutral, the idea of breathing correctly, using stabilization, and doing so by building time and endurance. Remember, the best things I've learned from working with this population for so long now is that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So just making little bits of progress over time is really where it's at. I've talked about this before. I recommend using time-based exercise. So perhaps you only start with a few, like 30 seconds to a minute of an exercise at most. And then you just gradually start increasing the time, like 10 seconds, adding 10 seconds, working up to a maximum of 3 minutes per exercise. That's just an idea. But the point being that we're trying to work endurance. We're trying to get stronger with a lot of the muscles that stabilize our joints, which are typically endurance muscles. So work up time, not reps. Remember that it's a marathon, not a sprint. Check out some of our other videos where we talk about the principles of exercise. And if you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. We put out this kind of content for people with hypermobility frequently. And if you like this video, we really think you're gonna love our free private community for people with EDS and HSD called Hypermobility-PT. It gives you an opportunity to connect with others going through the same thing and learn about the latest treatments for hypermobility. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.